Hey, great to see ya.
How's it going, buddy?
All right, the roads are fine.
There was a couple of spots. Who cares? The side roads were interesting getting out, but I only have to go about half a mile or three-quarters of a mile. Once I got out to 64, it was just like, it's actually better than the parking lot.
Yeah, probably.
Really was. Creepy heads with no bodies. Where can I sign up for some of those? Creepy. Well, that's some cute cabin decor. I don't know that I really need anymore. Those look pretty old. It's an old pounder there. Bunch of traps. Those are oiled. Well, somebody used those. Quarter bells? That's interesting. I wonder if it's broke anywhere. Pretty easy for these to be broken. Have to go out the other side. This side looks okay. Ooh. Yeah, there's a good chance I'm going home with these. I'm a fan of old-timey lighting. It looks mostly there. Oh, this is a nice batch for a sporting enthusiast. Wilson's. Most of these are probably Wilson. Another Wilson. Made in England, the Acme, Thunderer. That looks like a replication of a telegraph. Chinese. Mr. Rogers. Mr. Will Rogers. Mr. Will Rogers, sir. That was a clever guy. Wow. You see those like in the old taverns, and I'll go inside the tavern and all these people be playing those primitive contraptions, the spring and that thing, washboard. They just all be jamming on a bunch of junk. It's pretty weird. These sun boxes are really popular. Trinkets. These look like Club brand. Good guess, Craig. Yeah. Not extra super collectible. It's okay. Deduct points for no knob. I'm a fan of lighting. There you go. That's pretty good stuff too. Architectural salvage is excellent. Hey, Mr. Gene. How's it going? Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
You guys having fun?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I figured I'd probably never see any of these people again. You know, here we are.
This is true. Hi, Tom Beckers.
Retired street signs. Hi, Mr. Mike.
Hey, I like your video you did up north of Debs.
Oh, yeah. That was a fun place.
Yeah.
That was unusual.
Oh yeah, with all the deers and them stuffed animals.
Yeah.
I like the Packer trailer thing. for drinking.
Oh, man. That was crazy.
Up there recent video since
Well, one went up yesterday.
one went up yesterday.
Yeah. It was a little bit different. I was in Florida, and we had an opportunity to go through the Ma Barker house where the Barker gang, the FBI, had their longest shootout in their history. And it was weird. I mean, one of the people there is somehow related to the owner. And no, this is where Ma Barker was killed. And right in front of the closet door, you're looking down at it. It was weird, you know, but it was kind of cool. I like the handle on that.
Do they make a calendar? Oh, you do.
Full bayonet.
Dummy computer, you know. That is. It's called a dumb terminal. Yeah. I don't know why. Well, if I knew what when you old lady there with the jury are all dead.
Oh, the movie Silver Streak. I remember that one. Richard Pryor. I don't know if it's the most hilarious ride of my life, but maybe at that point in time it was.
Not an Ethernet cable. RS-232. Is that one of them?
Boy, it's like every house in the Northwoods here is just like its own armory. So many guns come out of one house all the time. Every house they go through. Like 10 to 20 guns. Now that's a cool piece of vintage art right there. Gotta try to own that. Those are all reproduction.
They're all through every day. I got one orange cat. She'll go out every day.
Wow.
She used to go outside.
That's crazy.
Outside all the time. Yeah. Well, I keep them in if it's 20 degrees or colder.
That's old. That's really old.
Yeah. And that one orange cat, she will let you know if she was
That's kind of cool. These are cool, but it's clearly reproduction. Reproduction. I mean, there's nothing wrong with reproduction stuff for aesthetic value, but it's just not, it doesn't have any value. Oh, it was all Saturday evening posts that somebody put together. Those are fun to go through. Huh. Cool. $1992. Hello. Those are easy money. Gas mask. That's an old piece there. Well, magazines are always a winner. I've got one of those. Well, there's just a real lot of nondescript stoneware. You gotta be careful with that because it's impossible to ship. They break it every time. That's an old timer right there. That's another old one right there. Wagner. I know. Too much crust on the bottom. Yeah, hard to say. One Wagner. I mean, the other ones are old, but you gotta have a name brand. Tags have been cut out. Look at that.
Hey, how you doing there, Dan? Doing okay, yourself? Good board. Yeah. Went the board and come down here. Yeah.
Look at that old polo skirt. Chaps are always really good inventory. Always. It's all in good shape, too. Old vest. Creepy heads with no bodies. Where can I sign up for some of those? Creepy. No, I love that. I wouldn't even paint it. I would just leave it just how it is. I just like that look. That one on the right's really got some good age. I'm not sure what to make of that. It's kind of cool though. Yeah, some really good retired street signs here. I'd be interested in all those. Probably won't be able to touch them. They always bring a lot. But we will try. Especially the children's sign. That's a red one. Oh, sweetheart. All right, we pretty much made it back. Man, you should have seen some of those roads on the way back. It was crazy. I'm just gonna run over here real quick. I just don't have room up there by the table. I got that cool old bench with the cast iron rails on it. I love it pretty much. So when I'm at the sale and I'm previewing stuff, I mean, you guys all see me pick stuff up. But if you don't know who Will Rogers is, he's kind of this old school dude from back in the day that kind of was like a self-made philosopher of sorts. You know, he had some really smart things to say. And this book, as far as I can tell, is a first edition. It's 1935. Pretty okay shape. Good subject matter. And I thought, you know what? I just don't know if a lot of other people are on the same page, so I bought it, and I'm glad I got it. I got these old-timey heat vents, and at a glance, you'd probably think, well, why would anybody want that? Well, there's people that are redoing their houses with all this vintage stuff. I think there's 5 or 6. 1, 2. I think there's 5 of them there. Some are painted, some are just brass. And telling you what, but like those old cast iron grates that people used to have on the walls and on the floors, those things are worth a small fortune these days. People that are doing remodels and trying to do retros to their house, can't buy this in the store. Again, poking around through the vintage lighting, I managed to score some really good shades. They're in good shape. They're all glass. Some of these old ones like this style were plastic, but this is engraved, it's embossed, it's frosted. It ticks a lot of a lot of boxes on that one, and I was really stoked to get this. The reason I got this is on some torchlier type lamps. I've got some, and they face upward. These look really cool in that direction with an Edison type of bulb in it, or even like they make them in different colors, like red and blue, and they look really cool in there with the glass diffuses it really cool and makes neat patterns on the wall. So I bought all 3 of those in one go, in one lot, and these will fit on a variety. This is big, but it might even actually fit on that lamp right there. But a lot of antique lights have some kind of a bulb type globe on them. Well, these old coats are kind of the elephant in the room at the moment, so let's just get these out of the way. These are 1940s wool. They don't appear to be mothed, no moth damage. All the buttons are there. Look at this tag. Pretty cool, huh? There it is. Now you can see it. Pretty cool. Hand woven. So, they need to be dialed up a little bit. They've been sitting in a closet for 1.5 million years. But you'd be surprised. I sell a lot of coats. A lot of vintage leather, sheepskin, stuff like that. This one I might have a few other concerns about. I don't know how well that'll clean up. I think there were belt loops on it, belts missing. There's clearly a belt on there. This probably. All stuff can be fixed. It's probably real mink on there. Again, it's a full length. I don't know. I'm on the fence whether or not anything can be done with this. There's still a market for this stuff. There's people that buy this vintage stuff, and they pay up for it. Yeah, this is the Union label. This was pretty weird. Panther sweat. Guaranteed not over 20 minutes old. And a strange little crock here with a $5 price tag on it from back in the day. Let's check this out. So I bought this antique swag lamp. And it's really grubby, and it's got some paint drippage on it. Needs a cord. This fixture is completely incorrect. You can see there's just bare wires sticking out there. I would never hang it up like that. But the good thing about lamps is that the technology on them really hasn't changed since they invented the lamp. So even modern guts will go right in that thing. But I bet it's cool, like the seashells shining through there, because they look kind of prismatic. I don't see any significant damage on it. It weighs a ton. I bet you that thing weighs 15 pounds. So I like the way they scallop all that down there. It's pretty cool. So toward the end of the auction, when he does what they call a reverse auction. So everybody walks up to the table. Oh yeah, put that in there so it wouldn't get broke. It's a really good old vintage Budweiser. Usually they're all chipped and busted up here because they clanked it on glasses and stuff, but that's a good one. Back to the reverse auction. So this flat had leather in it versus pair of chaps, motorcycle or horse. I didn't see a brand on this, but a lot of these are. Oh yeah, I remember it was made in USA. Is it USA Leathers? It's a sticker. That's weird. Okay. Well, I'll have to dig around. Sometimes they're buried in these pockets. There'll be I think I remember looking for this before. But these will bring probably $75. And they look to be all there. It's a good design because some are plain, but this has got the braided leather beading all the way around it. They're unhemmed, as 99% of all shafts are, because people can just take a scissors and cut them to whatever length. It's not like cotton blue jeans, which are just going to keep fraying. You just cut them off with the scissors, and that's where they stay. And these are Unics. So I already have some Unic motorcycle shafts here. They're almost infinitely adjustable. Again, you can trim the length. If you're taller, well, it's a little bit more of a problem. You can't add to it. But you can take these laces and spread them, apart. And then the belt section itself, you can see, what is that, like 8 inches of belt. So it's almost like a one size fits nearly everybody. I didn't test the zipper yet, but they look so clean that I'm assuming that they're going to be just fine. But I do care about this box. This box is awesome. So this is actually a dual action deadbolt and door lock. So I don't know if these are, they're already pinned. They already got the set screw tight. Well, anyway, the shaft like this would pass through here, and your doorknob would be on either side of the door. These real old ones like this, all the mechanisms were not inside the door. This is inside a door. This is a mortise. And they would cut a pocket in the end of the door for this to slide into. And again, this is a deadbolt combo. This uses like an old skeleton key, type of key. And that's where the deadbolt comes out of. And these are quite collectible with people that are doing restorations on old houses. So that goes inside the door. This just sits on the outside. This is a little bit older design. And you could do the deadbolt manually, like that. These are only from inside the house. There's no way to turn the lock off from outside the building. This is like you go in bed at night and you're closing on the house, boom, you put in your deadbolt. These are pretty easy to break into. They didn't have credit cards in those days, but even a putty knife works really good. You just slide the putty knife in, work it in, and it closes that, and then you can open the door. So this was a nice addition for security. And this, like even something like that, I get like $40 for one of those. This is a piece of this looks like a ceiling lamp. And this is extremely similar, but same style, but not exactly the same thing. This part that you're seeing here is bolted to the door, so you never see that. So that's probably an original price tag on that from back in the day. So that's a good little box. I'll sell these separate. 1, 2, 3, 4 items for sale. Oh, everybody can use some electrical terminals there. I don't care about the rest of this. Don't care about that. And this is the elephant in the room. So I've got small irons and my big iron that I had burned out. I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping upon hope this works. As somebody that used to solder for a living in a transformer factory back when I was a kid, I can say easily this does not look like it's had a whole lot of hard use. What brand is that? Oh, okay. I can't see the wattage. I'm trying to see the wattage. 150 watts. That's a pretty good one. I've got an old guitar amplifier. I need to put a couple of them that I need to put ground wires on the chassis. And this is going to work great to heat up the chassis hot enough that I be able to get some solder to flow with a ground wire on it. So that was a great little box for me. Pretty stoked to get this box because it was a really good buy. These old type auger bits are used in a lot of, still to this day, a lot of woodworking projects when they're doing things of a primitive nature. The guys around here still build log cabins. People that work in barns still use these in the barns a lot of time when there's no electricity. They still take these old time bits out there. And the T-handles that you would use on the real old ones that would build The original, like this thing here, this particular bit itself is way worth the price of admission. I mean, you can just see the age on this thing. It is just old. And put in one of those T-handles, you could climb up on a beam in one of those old barns and you could peg stuff, use a wooden peg. And quite collectible. They bring pretty good money. And the bonus was this old hand driver. Pretty cool. During COVID, I accidentally discovered selling cookware. And this is Club. Club is not, this is all old stuff. Club is pretty old. And their claim to fame is this is all cast aluminum. All Club pots and pans are cast aluminum, and a lot of them are, the vast majority of them are not painted. They don't have color on them. They would just be this color inside. So to get some pieces from a set that are painted, that's a big deal. Kind of, in the world of cookware. I mean, I'm not going to get rich off of this set, but this was weird. I bought this, and I must have had a half a dozen people come up to me and go, "Oh man, I wish I'd have bought that stuff." Well, this roaster alone, I mean, I'll probably get $40 or $50 for this roaster. And I have to look in the back and see if I have any misfit clubs that the handle is still intact that I can. It's usually pretty easy to get them off. This is like a Fresnelic, I think, and they're just threaded in there. And it's kind of like a riveted head that threads onto this. They're not super easy to get off all the time. But if I can, it would be worth it because the value of this would go up way more. I don't even clean this stuff up. I just tell people I just pulled it out of the barn. No, everybody that buys this knows it's not going to be new stuff. That it's probably been sitting around for years. I got this lot in a box. This is like an old head for a pickaroo. And this is kind of amazing. This is a really ancient, man, it's heavy, sledgehammer head. I don't know, it feels like cast iron to me, but cast iron would be probably not a great idea to use on this. Maybe clearly was a mold line there, wherever it was cast from, a parting line. So it was a two-piece mold, I'm assuming. Lucky 13, or is that an 18? I'm thinking it's a 3. Looks like, yeah, it's a 13. Maybe that's how much it weighs. This thing's a beast too. Just another maul head here. Might have been for splitting wood. And it's just no point left to it. But primitive tools like this are super collectible. Well, this is, it's nothing crazy unusual. I just like stuff like this. So this was either a playbill from the show that they were putting on in Chicago at Princess Theater. More likely is what it was. And I was looking for date on here, but I don't see one. But man, they really went into detail on who did what back in those days. But I'm guessing this is teens or 20s. It's pretty old. I mean, this is a Sun Specifications service box. Sun Diagnostics are huge in the automotive world. This would have had files, like you can see where like file holders would hold there, and you could have your customers and information about what the machine was going to be able to do for particular cars. And I wouldn't expect this to be in great shape, but whoever invented that color green should be sent to another planet, because, I mean, the blue is kind of cool. And this is a side hack style, so all the Sun equipment and most mechanical stuff, side hack stuff like this would just drop on and just like slide over the lip of another piece of Sun equipment that would have been over here. And this would just hang off to the side on this intentional lip there. Somebody really shot this up and really boogered it up with that paint. But there's a mint condition one on eBay right now with the original file folders in there, and it's selling for $550. This one is not that kind of a prize, but there are people that restore this stuff. They tap out the dents and they sand it down and they paint it this original color. And a candidate like this, yeah, I'll still get probably 40 or 50 bucks for it. So that was a good buy. And finally, it's something vintage, which I was happy about. This is especially old. So this is a dry milk company out of Columbus, Wisconsin. So it's somewhat of a local piece. Here's the money shot. Most old milk cans. There we go. See how the handles are? They're just stamped steel and they're fixed. And this one's not new. The old garbage cans were in the 20s and 30s. They had the same style movable loop handle on them. So due to its age, I was stoked to get it. That's probably lead that they used there because clearly, I mean, these things aren't supposed to leak. It'd be full of milk. This sign is pretty beat. Get some glare off here. We've all seen these. It's a traffic sign. You better know what it means. But even one that's beat to death like this probably still bring 50 to 70 bucks. I see some online 100 to 150 bucks, depending on which version of this. There's many versions of this. Well, I picked up a couple of these old companion magazines. There's only two. Both are from 1950, April and June. Man, that's where the 40s hats, crazy headgear went into the 50s and kind of started petering out. But I just love these big old color, they're giant books to begin with. And the illustrations are amazing. All the stories, the advertisements. They're just kind of fun to have around. Wood hangers, and I know that's not a big deal, but if you see these, don't discount them, because this came out of an antique store. And I use them almost exclusively. The ones I have were actually made in Beverly Hills. They're old, but they're just like fine furniture. And this one's got the nice curve to it. See how it's curved? These aren't quite as good because they're straight. These just a little more of a more modernized, low-rent version of that. But I think I only paid $2 for them, so I was pretty okay with that. And I'm running out because I'm starting to break into my plastic ones, and I can't stand those. I mean, you take something heavy, like this is sheepskin. Look at that baby hanging on for dear life. These big old wooden ones, they hold up. Those are some moosey jackets, man. Those things weigh 10 pounds or more, and they just don't budge. But the plastic always craps out. Well, each and every sale, you end up with your favorite piece. Okay, I'm trying to get this glare off of that. And that's my favorite one. That's a copy of an old watercolor. It's probably a litho. The frame is amazing. It's got a chip down here. Super simple fix. Color's going to be easy to match because that gold. That might be something on top. It just looks like something needs to be chipped off with a fingernail. These florets in the corners typically had color. I guess there's a little on that one yet. This one's pretty much rubbed off. But yeah, I'm stoked. I can't believe what good condition this is. I mean, it's almost mint. It's nearly mint. And man, even the back is nice. Lucky find. It's hard to find stuff like this that survives, because when people take stuff down, they throw it in a closet, they throw it in the basement, they put it in the attic, they put it out in the shed,
And between bugs and mice and the elements, I mean, we have 30 below zero here in the winter, and it gets up to 90 in the summer. So we got it all. Really happy to own this. And wouldn't you love to live there?
I think I can speak for pretty much everybody that goes to our auctions that we all really like our auctioneer. And he had retired 6 months. He turned 90 like 6 months ago. And he had a sale, I think, in early January, and that was it. And that was an online sale. It wasn't even a live sale like this one was. So I was pretty shocked that he came back out of retirement to do this sale, and he's got another one in 2 weeks. I thought he did good. It was, I don't know, I want to say it was like 6 hours or 7 hours. We were there pretty much all day. And he did great. He never took a break. He just like auctions from beginning to end, straight through. Unbelievable stamina. And he put together, a decent auction, a lot of stuff, and there were a lot of people that showed up. They wanted to relive the old auctions, I guess. So I'm pretty happy with everything I got. Still, this is still my favorite, and it's gonna find a place of prominence in here. Thanks for coming along on this auction adventure, and I got another one in 2 weeks. I can't wait. He said this next one's gonna even be bigger than this one, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.